I have never been so appalled and disgusted by the mentality that is social media, even though that it is chaos right from the start, on whatever is going to happen from something that has happened previously and then decides to collide with even more insanity. Before I start saying these things, I'm not one of these people, or if not just a person whatsoever, that does condone these actions. I'm saying my personal opinion in this video to say that I stand with Rammstein. Rammstein, as we all know recently, since pretty much over a month, had been heavily targeted and brutally attacked by a lot of people from the general public and on social media. There were many of these accusations of Till Lindemann about being involved with sexual harassment, and these allegations towards this whole controversy had decided to continue, and it's still going in the most disgraceful way possible. Everyone knows about the comments from Shelby Lynn. It was reported that she says, according to what the BBC said, that she was groomed for sex and decides to sue against Till Lindemann. And they decide to turn their backs away from the band and to give them a lot of the hate. Now there were other reports on Universal, the label the band was signed with. They've halted the releases of their discography and even to halt the 25th anniversary of their second album, Sehnsucht. And there's another person called Kyla Schicks that boosted up with popularity. Over 6 million views on YouTube. A verified YouTuber. This is completely disgusting. As I was going through more of these incidents, these reports from these so-called journalists, I have got to say, I have not been so angry over things like this before. I do want to still be a fan of these guys because I adore them immensely. I have seen the band twice, and every single time that I think about live concerts, Rammstein's experience of performing to a very wild, engaged and energetic crowd has been nothing but one of the greatest experiences that I've ever seen. These guys, along with Slipknot, are, to me, the #1 favorite band to see live. There were a lot of these accusations that were not only targeting Lindemann, but to also get the whole band involved. Reports of the band getting cancelled. Even to think that there was a disgusting petition to not let the band perform at their shows. They are going to be doing their shows. They're going to do their upcoming sold-out show in Berlin, in their home country. And it's no wonder that the band, while still going through this emotional, stressful, and deterioration of this brutal, agonizing experience, the band had to carry on. The band's drummer, Christoph Schneider, from his own point of view, and most of the time, if not almost all the things that he has said publicly through his post, has been nothing but very personal and as heartfelt. I know that statement came about around the time before the multiplying reports were increasing with tension and hating and dividing comments. She has made a big selection of videos documenting and sharing her own opinions around this whole controversy. And one of the things that really stood out to me was a video where she did a personal interview with a young fan who was at the same event as Shelby. She was at the same gig. All she's saying was, according to Julia, she says basically that the band plays live and she was only there for the music and talking to other fans, detailing that Till during the break was having a smoke, alcohol was sealed, chatting about music and made cocktail and tequila, etc. Pre-party happened and row 0, which obviously we know now is banned. Shelby was active, advised to stay at the square inside and with the rest of the fans because of the fire and the fireworks for the safety, just to keep the fans as comfortable as possible. The hyper behavior from Shelby was noticeable and security was really bothered by her actions, and it bothered other people too. Her aggressive behavior was rising and it was attention seeking, hitting herself, shouting so loudly to herself. Security didn't kick her out. Shelby met Till and she met to make these accusations of Till's behavior of wanting to have sex with her, which is not true. And during the midway point of the gig, while the band were playing, she decided to film herself making a reaction from that aftermath. Julia had seen her talking to her friend, but she didn't see her filming her reaction while the band were playing. The after party then happened. Shelby claimed that she was drugged, but Julia said it wasn't true. The other people and with the rest of the band were positive, here for one another, full of great atmosphere, and then a smaller after party happened and deciding to go to which after party by Julia's choice. Mobile phones were laid on the table and Shelby was in the main after party with the other people. But throughout the whole time, Till Lindemann wasn't aggressive. He wasn't changing his behavior to be something else. He was friendly and yet feeling shy, but never once thought about behaviors of even groping or molesting younger women. Now, when I had watched that interview, I think that what Julia said is completely true. I know it's none of my business, but I wanted to say this as an example why I think Till was not a complete victim. These accusers attacking the band without any proper proof really made me question things even deeper. Why do you have to make this attention-seeking behavior and to think that your own purpose of doing these things is accurate when the documentation is nothing but full of ungrateful and sickening lies? This is why also cancel culture is so pathetic and broken. Create a whole new bunch of noise that Till and the rest of the band did not deserve. I'm still speechless by all of these things, and I was thinking about it. When I was trying to get to sleep. I just wanted to make this kind of video just to say my personal opinion, but to be as honest as possible. Till Lindemann is proven innocent. Obviously, the court cases are not happening with the band involved yet, but fingers crossed when that happens. I have seen a few YouTube shorts where Till himself was emotional. He was about to break down, and the rest of the band around with him giving him hugs. Other band members were moved as well. I've seen a YouTube short from somebody during a live gig of Rammstein's that there was a ton of heart-shaped balloons just to show their admiration and the support for the band. Those fans are special. They are very gracious and wonderful people. I am still very happy myself to be a huge fan of this band for over 15 years to this point. Now, since there are protesters shouting out that the band should not perform at their stadiums, do they really think that what they're doing is a complete waste of time? There were other fans at the same moment. They're in it not for negativity, not for hate. Is this the way society is really going to go? Why would there be a lot of people who would be against the band with no truthful answers to these questions? If these accusers will win this, if Lindemann will be in prison, then I will be completely done. It will be a huge loss. Rammstein would be at the tail end of their career if that would happen. Rammstein are not finished. They're not done. They're staying strong to themselves. Once again, I will say this at the end of this video, just like what I've said at the beginning of this video. I stand with Rammstein.